guys, how you all doing? Hope you're good. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to make an exaggerated high-low circle sleeve. So if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. My name is Amaka and this is Lizama Stitches. On this channel I upload sewing tutorials and pattern drafting. So kindly subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload new videos. So let's get started. So this is the fabric I'll be using for this tutorial. I'm actually working with a lace fabric, which I'm going to use this as the under layer. Now this is the lace fabric I'm working with. Now this is the lace fabric and this is my satin. The satin is going to serve as the under layer. Now I already have my basic sleeve here. So now what I'm going to do now, I have a tutorial on how to draft a basic sleeve. In case you don't know how to draft a basic sleeve, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below so that you can check it out later. Now today we are going to be focusing on how to make the lower part of this sleeve. So this is the basic sleeve. We are going to be learning how to make the lower part of the sleeve. Now this fabric is folded into two. I'm going to fold it again into four, just like when you want to cut a full circle. So I'm going to fold it into four. Now I'm going to draft on this. Fabric, after which I'm going to use it to cut out the lining. I'm going to use it to cut out the lace and the other one and the other sleeve. So now I'm going to start by taking my measurements. I'm going to measure 22 inches. So this is 22 inches. I'm going to mark 22 inches. Just like when you want to cut a full circle. I'm going to cut it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to open it this way. So now, after opening it, from here, I'm going to fold this point this way. Now I'm going to fold it this way. I'm going to find the radius of my basic sleeve. Now this is my basic sleeve. Now this is a basic sleeve. I have a tutorial on how to draft a basic sleeve. In case you don't know how to draft a basic sleeve, I'm going to leave the link of that tutorial in the description box so that you can check it out later. Now I'm going to measure this part. Now I'm only focusing on the lower part of this sleeve. I want to teach you how to make how you can achieve the lower part of this sleeve. Now this is my basic sleeve. Now this point is 7 1/4. Now 7 1/4 because it's on fold. If you open it, it means that it's 15 inches. So my sleeve is 15 inches. Now 15 inches divided. Now because this is a circle, so we want to find the radius of this lower part. So this is 15 inches. Take note. Now we want to find the radius of this. So I'm going to divide 15 inches by 6.28. Now 16 inches divided by 6.28 gives you 2.38, but I'm going to approximate it to 2.5. I'm going to approximate it to 2.5 inches. Now this is going to be the front part of my sleeve, and now my radius is 2.5 inches. So now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mark, and I want the front part to be 7 inches. The front part is supposed to be 7 inches. Now plus 7 plus 1 inch seam allowance, which I'm going to use to sew this part and this part, gives you 8 inches plus the radius. The radius is 2.5 inches. That gives you 10.5 inches. So what I need here is 10.5 inches. So I need 10.5 inches, and this is my 10.5 inches. So I'm going to mark the radius. So I'm going to mark 2.5 inches here. So you see I have 8 inches here. I have 8 inches here. The front is going to be 7 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, which I'm going to use to fold the upper part and the lower, which I'm going to use to join here to the basic sleeve, and ½ inch, which I'm going to use to sew here. So what I have here is 8 inches. So I'm going to cut it. Now, you can decide to come up by ½ inch for your seam allowance, because after sewing, you're still going to fall back on this line. So now I'm going to mark ½ inch seam allowance. So I'm going to mark ½ inch for my seam allowance. So I'll cut it. So after cutting, I'm going to open it this way. Now this is what I have after cutting. So I'm going to notch here. And I'll notch here. So this is going to be at the back, while this is the front. So this is what I'm going to do. So this part, now this closed part is going to be here. Okay, let me turn it this way. So this closed part is going to be, I'm going to sew it. I'll take it to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew it. I'll sew it round and I'll sew it round. Now here is going to be on this part, this part, while this part is going to drop. It's going to drop this way. See what I'm going to have? It's going to drop this way. Now this part here is going to face here. So this is the front. This is the front and this is the back part. So I'm going to do it. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew it. Let me notch the midpoint. Now this is the midpoint of this one. So I'm going to sew it. This is how I'm going to sew it. I'm going to hold this part and I'll hold this part. And I'm going to sew it right side facing right side. So I'm going to sew it round. And I'll sew it round. Just like this. I'll sew it round. So I'm going to do it and show you the outcome. I'll do it and show you the outcome. Remember that this is not the real fabric I'm using. I'm going to use this to cut the lace and to cut the remaining satin. So I'll do it and show you the outcome. So I'm done sewing. Now after sewing, this is what I have. Now this is my sleeve. This is the sleeve after sewing. This is the sleeve. So this is the sleeve after sewing. So this is it. Now I used the satin to line the lace. Now I'm going to display it on my mannequin so that you can see the outcome. It's really beautiful. It's beautiful. So I'm going to display it on my mannequin for you to see how it is. So if you found this tutorial helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends, share this video in your sewing groups, subscribe to my channel to support me. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Lizama Stitches. We've come to the end of this tutorial. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye!